coming to you with the latest sports news, scores, and action. We are continuing with spring training coverage. The countdown to opening day has begun. It's 2 weeks to go. And we got basketball and hockey with the playoffs on the horizon. And we have the NFL free agent market. So let's get into it, shall we? Okay, first off, we had yesterday's spring training scores. We got the Braves nailing the Orioles in Sarasota 13-5. We had the Tigers take down my Rays 5-1 in Lakeland. We had the Nationals get the best of the Astros 9-3 in West Palm. We had the Mets shutting out the Cardinals in Jupiter 2-0. We had the Angels and the White Sox tie 1-1 in Arizona. Rangers beating the Reds 4-3. Giants put on a mighty clinic over the Guardians 11-2. D-backs take down the A's 5-2. Rockies beat down on the Padres 13-2. We had the Royals barely get by the Mariners 7-6. And we had the Red Sox barely get by the Twins 6-5 down in Fort Myers.
Go Sox.
Yep, my dad's team is the Red Sox. Alright, today we got the Nationals and the Rays down here in Port Charlotte. We got the Cardinals and the Astros in West Palm. We got the Braves and the Phillies in Clearwater. Yankees and Tigers in Lakeland. Pirates and Twins in Fort Myers. Orioles and Blue Jays in Dunedin. We have the split squad Astros and the Marlins down in Jupiter. We have the Red Sox and the Mets in Port St. Lucie.
Oh, sweet.
And then we got the A's and the Reds in Arizona, Rangers and Giants, Guardians and Rockies, Padres and Royals, Brewers and White Sox, and Diamondbacks and Mariners for today's spring training action.
Now's a good time of spring training when you start hearing, seeing the stars playing.
Oh yeah, yep.
The real veterans will be in the lineup now. From now, last 2 weeks here.
Yep. And now we go to the NBA scores from last night.
By the way, Guru, how many days left till opening day on baseball?
14.
14 days left of spring training.
Yep.
Perfect. 2 weeks.
Yep.
Now's the time to go to a game if you want to get to a game and see some of your guys, whoever your team is.
Yep.
Be a good time to go.
Yep. Now we go to the NBA. We got the Thunder beating the Celtics in Boston 118-112 last night.
Really?
Yep.
Wow.
Thunder, the number one team in the Western Conference.
And they beat my Celtics.
Yep.
Last night, huh?
Yep.
Where were they playing,
Boston.
Oh.
Alright, now we got the Hawks beating the Hornets in Atlanta 123-110. We had the Raptors beat the Sixers 118-105. We had the Spurs beating their Texas rival, the defending Western Conference champion Dallas Mavericks 126-116. We had the Clippers beat the Heat down in Miami.
I can't believe the Mavericks traded away Luka Doncic. I can't believe it.
But the Lakers lost Anthony Davis.
Yeah, but I would have made that trade all day long and twice on Sunday.
Yeah.
Mavericks should have never let Luka go.
No.
I would have built around him. He would have been the face of the franchise. I can't believe they traded him. I still can't believe it. I'm still in shock over it.
Alright, well, the Clippers beat the Heat down in Miami 119-104. The Grizz taking down the Jazz 122-115. Then the Rockets beating the Suns 111-104 down in Houston. We had the Timberwolves beat the Nuggets 115-95. And the Knicks beat the Blazers down in overtime by 114-113, 1 point.
Wow. Close game.
And now today, we got the Wizards and the Pistons. We got the Lakers and the Bucks, the Nets and the Bulls, the Magic and the Pelicans, and the Kings and the Warriors for today's NBA action. Now we go to the NHL. Hockey.
Hockey.
Yesterday we got the Red Wings beating down the Sabres 7-3 in Detroit. We had the Canucks beat the Flames in a shootout 4-3. We had Utah beat the Ducks 3-2 in Utah. And we had the Kraken beat the Canadiens 5-4 in overtime in the Emerald City. Alright, so today we got the Lightning and the Flyers in Philly. We got the Blues and the Penguins in Pittsburgh. We got the Panthers and the Maple Leafs in Toronto. We got the Bruins and the Senators in Ottawa. The Oilers and the Devils in New Jersey. The Knights and the Blue Jackets in Columbus. The Rangers and the Wild in Minnesota. We got the Capitals and the Kings in LA. And we got the Blackhawks and the Sharks in San Jose. That is today's hockey action.
Good, good. What are we talking about next? Free agency?
NFL free agency.
Okay. So, Donaldson got the big contract, huh? He would seem like he was the surprise out of this year's free agency quarterback market. Who got him?
Who got who?
Darnold.
Seattle.
Seattle.
Seattle got him.
Traded away Geno Smith
to the Raiders.
To the Raiders. Mr. Tom Brady's team. And they went with they reunited him with Pete Carroll. They had hired Pete Carroll to coach the team. And now they've reunited Pete Carroll with Geno Smith, his old quarterback.
Yep.
So I kind of like that.
Yep.
Kind of like that.
Yep. We got news for Buffalo. We had Khalil Shakir signing a 4-year extension, $60 million, to keep him in Buffalo for the next 4 years.
Wow.
Then we got Joey Bosa, the LA Charger edge, brother of Nick Bosa, signing a 1-year, $12 million deal. That will set him to help out Josh Allen and that team in Buffalo.
Wow.
And then we got
Buffalo strengthening up a little bit.
And they also get edge Michael Hoyt to a 3-year contract for $24 million. Greg Rosao or something like that, signing a 4-year, $80 million extension.
Sometimes the best talent you can get is keeping your own.
Yep.
And it sounds like they locked up a couple of their own guys, and they picked up a couple of new guys.
Yep. Defensive tackle Larry Ogunjobi signing a 1-year, $8 million deal to bring him to Buffalo.
Wow. Buffalo's loading up.
Linebacker Terrell Bernard agreed to a 4-year extension for $50 million. They also signed safeties Derek Forrest signing a 1-year deal, and they re-signed safety Damar Hamlin on a 1-year, $2 million deal.
Wow. Well, it's not for a safety, it's not a whole lot of money, but just remember, the guy was dead.
Yeah.
Brought him back to life on the football field.
Yeah, with that game in Cincinnati.
Yeah. That was amazing. But it looks like he's going to have to play his way back this year. He's going to have to have a big year, and then he'll get a payday maybe next year.
Mm-hmm. All right, next we get long snapper Reed Ferguson re-signing to a 4-year contract with Buffalo.
Wow, Buffalo's loading up.
All right, now Miami. They signed wide receiver Dwayne Eskridge. They get Nick Westbrook-Ikhine to a 2-year, $6 million deal. Jackson Carman re-signing with the Finns. Offensive lineman Larry Brome signing a free agent deal. Offensive guard James Donald signing a 3-year, $24 million deal. Linebacker KJ Britt signing a 1-year deal. Linebacker Tyrell Dodson re-signing a 2-year deal. Cornerback Ifitu Melifonwu signing to a 1-year, $4 million deal. Safety Elijah Campbell is re-signing with the Dolphins. Safety Ashton Davis signing a 1-year, $2 million deal with the Dolphins. Alright, the New England Patriots. They re-signed Austin Hooper, tight end, to a 1-year, $5 million deal. They also signed offensive tackle Morgan Moses to a 3-year, $24 million deal. Edge Harold Landry for 3 years, $43 million. Defensive lineman Milton Williams agreed to a 4-year, $104 million deal.
Wow, $26 million a year.
Defensive lineman Kyrus Tonga signing to a 1-year, $2 million deal. Linebacker Robert Spillane signing a free agent deal. And Carlton Davis, the former Buck, agreeing to a 3-year, $60 million deal.
It's funny, it seems like a lot of these guys are getting 1-year, $2 million deals this time around. So you're trying to get back in their good graces to get a better contract, and you're also auditioning for a bunch of other teams in case they don't take you back.
Alright, well, the New York Jets. Center Josh Myers agreeing to a 1-year deal. Linebacker Jamian Sherwood re-signed to a 3-year, $45 million deal. Cornerback Brandon Stevens agreed to a 3-year, $36 million deal. Safety Andre Cisco agreeing to a 1-year deal worth up to $10 million. And safety Isaiah Oliver re-signing with the Jets. The Baltimore Ravens. They signed fullback Patrick Ricard they re-signed him to a 1-year, $2 million deal, and they signed offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley, re-signing on a 3-year, $60 million deal. Now the Cincinnati Bengals make a deal. They re-signed T. Higgins. He's going to stay at Cincinnati, and he will be given $26 million for the 2025 season. They re-signed Mike Gesicki, tight end, to a 3-year, $25 million deal. Tight end Tanner Hudson re-signed to a 1-year deal. Offensive lineman Cody Ford signing to a 2-year deal. Edge Joseph Osai signing a 1-year, $7 million deal. Defensive end Cam Sample re-signing on a 1-year deal. B.J. Hill re-signing to a 3-year, $33 million deal. Defensive lineman T.J. Slayton agreeing to a 2-year, $15 million deal. Linebacker Oren Burks agreed to a 2-year, $5 million deal. Cornerback Marco Wilson re-signing on a 1-year deal. Long snapper Cal Adomitis signing on a 1-year extension. Alright, now we got the Cleveland Browns. They signed edge Joe Tryon Shoyinka to a 1-year, $4 million deal, the former Buck. A defensive lineman Malik Collins agreeing to a 2-year, $20 million deal. And linebacker Devin Bush agreeing to a deal with Cleveland. And of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They get cornerback. Expected to sign with Pittsburgh. They get cornerback Darius Slay from the other team, the Philadelphia Eagles, the world champs, on a 1-year, $10 million deal. They also re-signed Mason Rudolph, signing to a 2-year, $8 million deal. And now we go to the Houston Texans. They get edge Derek Barnett, returning on a 1-year, $5 million deal. Edge Darrell Taylor agreeing to a 1-year, $5 million deal. Defensive line Mario Edwards re-signing on a 2-year, $9 million deal. Defensive lineman Sheldon Rankins agreed to a 1-year deal with $7 million. Linebacker Nick Niemann signing a 2-year deal with $6 million. Cornerback Tremon Smith signing a 2-year, $7 million deal. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was traded along with a 2026 6th-round pick with the Eagles in exchange for offensive guard Kenyon Green and a 2026 5th-rounder. Safety M.J. Stewart re-signing on a 1-year, $2 million deal. Alright, the Indianapolis Colts. They get quarterback Daniel Jones agreeing to a 1-year, $14 million deal.
Colts got Daniel Jones?
Yep. Running back Khalil Herbert signing a 1-year deal. Wide receiver Ashton Dulin re-signing to a 2-year deal, $8 million. Center Danny Pinter re-signing with the Colts. They get cornerback Charvarius Ward from the Niners for a 3-year, $60 million deal. Safety Cameron Bynum agreeing to a 4-year, $60 million deal. Alright, Jacksonville Jaguars. They get quarterback Nick Mullins to a 2-year, $6 million deal. De'Ami Brown, wide receiver, agreeing to a 1-year, $10 million deal. Tight end Hunter Long agreed to a 2-year, $5 million deal. And now we head to the Tennessee Titans. We got Van Jefferson, the former Rams, signing a 1-year deal with a max of $2 million. Offensive tackle Dan Moore signing a 4-year, $82 million deal. Offensive guard Blake Hance signing with the Titans. Offensive guard Kevin Zeitler signing a 1-year, $9 million deal. Edge Draymond Jones, 1-year, $8 million. Sebastian Joseph Day, former Ram, re-signing to a 1-year, $7 million deal. Linebacker Cody Barton, 3-year, $21 million deal. Long snapper Morgan Cox re-signing a free agent deal, and punter Johnny Hekker to a 1-year deal.
Bucks do anything?
We're about to find out. Yeah.
I would like to hear about the Bucks.
Tampa Bay. Well, they re-signed Chris Godwin, Kyle Trask, Levante David, Anthony Nelson.
Well, I heard Levante went somewhere.
Nope, he stayed with the Bucks.
He did?
Yep.
Levante David? Adams?
Adams. Levante David.
Oh, Levante Davis. Right. Okay. All right. And did they make any other moves or?
Well, they did get Ben Bredson resigning on a 3-year, $22 million deal. They got Anthony Walker to a 1-year deal, and Edge Hanson Reddick to a 1-year, $14 million deal, and Riley Dixon to a 2-year, $6 million deal.
And that's it, huh?
Yep. Alright, well, it doesn't seem to be anything else in the NFL free agent market. So anyway, hey everybody, how's everybody doing? Be sure to watch, like, and subscribe to this channel. Lamar Lamar. I'm rather Lamar. I do not like Patrick. Anyway, be sure to watch, like, and subscribe to these videos. And what is the best video? The next one. So I will see you all in the next video.